Yep.
Pardon the loud banging music behind me. I'm at my gym, so
Oh,
I'm not
good.
just going.
Got a little
I
extra from
promise.
me.
There you go. So Courtney, good morning. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good, good, good. So got an Alabama team coming in that looks like to me has kind of a lot of similarities to South Carolina. They seem to pitch it very, very well.
They do. They're similar in that regard. They pitch it really well. They have a deep staff. They have um an incredible ace. Obviously with Caleb Beaver, the UCA transfer. So they pitch it really well. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to see Kayla this year? Has she added anything different than what you saw last year when you guys played UCA?
Yeah, I think she's has the potential to kind of, go up, down, in and out. It looks like she's added a little velo. So she's, lives in the upper 60s. She hit 70.
Cool.
And she's, yeah, very um disciplined with her spin pitches and her spots.
How would you describe their hitting? They don't have a high team batting average, but they seem to like, put the ball in play and kind of play. Like I think you mentioned before, they're kind of real gritty, is what they are.
They are, what'd you say?
Gritty.
Gritty. Gritty. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they sorry, I didn't hear you. I think that they get the job done. I think that they, with their staff, pitching staff, they have a chance to win any game that they're in. And they have a good mix of speed, and I think they've driven the ball a little better this year. But they get the job done. I mean they have the offense to win games with a pitching that's as dominant as they can be.
Patrick Murphy's been there. He's been in Alabama since they started the program. Is he kind of the measuring stick for SEC coaches for that longevity? And he's been there for so long, which is kind of rare these days for somebody to be at one place for that long of a time.
It is rare, and he's 26 years.
Yeah.
Thank you, G. Um, which is, yeah, it's kind of unheard of in college athletics now to stay that long, be that successful for that long. And he's the face of Alabama softball. I would say that, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hope I can have that long of a career here. Hopefully we can be relevant and good enough to stay here as long as we want. And I definitely think of, him, Tim Walton. We've had some I'm really just big coaches in this conference, and he's definitely one of them.
Good deal. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dudley.
Speaking of pitching, talk a little bit about Robin being healthy and just, I guess, the health is about, I mean, the health of the staff's about as good as it's been in a while. Just talk about that going into this weekend series.
Yeah, I think each day we get a little healthier, which is really nice. And getting Rob back is huge. It's not just huge for the team, but it's huge for our staff because she makes everyone better with what she does and what she throws and everything. So she makes everyone better. But it's nice to have her back feeling good, healthy. It means we made the right decision and kind of the conservative, and by we, I mean Andrew, our trainer. I just do whatever he tells me. But he made the right decision and he handled that really, really well so that we could get back and not have something that's lingering and get her back as healthy and as strong as ever. So she had a tremendous week for us out there. But what she does and what Reese does when we get her back is makes everyone around them better because they're the different look for our staff.
Talk about this a little bit, but winning that last game and having that momentum to go in the week, how does that help practice? I mean, it's always got to win the next one, but how does that help practice as you're going throughout the week?
It helps. It helps. It's always nice to finish on a win or get a series win and as you kind of dig in for the next opponent. So I think it helps. I mean, this team's ready to work whether we win or lose. The good thing is, although we won on Sunday, there's still a lot to learn from it. And I think that's what we took from the weekend is we won the series, but there's a lot of things we need to work on and get better and they're up for that and they know that and they see that and they're committed to that. So it's been a productive week. We still have a couple days to work, which is nice. But yeah, they're up for the challenge.
And one last question on Reagan Johnson. Obviously, she's such a great hitter, gets on base so much. Talk to me a little bit about just do we overlook that a little bit, how good she is and how good a season she's had these first 2 years?
We don't. So I don't know who you mean by we, but we do not overlook what she does. She's such a huge table setter for us. And I think that, you know, she's just committed to getting better every day and every year. And so the things that she's done with her game offensively from last year to this year just make her an even bigger weapon, has more tools. She's just been huge for us. And I mean, as great as she is offensively, she's also a huge difference maker on defense. And so that can't be overlooked either. The amount of ground she covers, the balls she gets to, she's a difference maker on both sides. And so we don't ever overlook that. So she's been huge for us.
Appreciate it. I guess I should have thanked, do we get used to it, how she's played. So thank you.
Mhm.
Courtney?
Yeah, hey Courtney, just a couple of questions for me. I mean, it's really impressive. You've taken on three different ranked SEC opponents last 3 weeks, gotten 3 series wins against them. That is not easy to do in how competitive this league is. What's been the recipe to success for you guys over the past 3 weeks? And kind of it's been interesting with the pattern of winning game one, losing game two, bouncing back in game three. What has been working for you guys?
Well, I don't like that pattern so much. I don't think the team does either. I think that this team doesn't care about rankings. It doesn't matter. You just know when it's an SEC game or any game for that matter with the parity in the sport and how strong everyone is. It's just digging in and just trying to find a way to win. And, you know, it's looked different each game. But this team just wants to win the game they're in. We don't get caught up in the rankings. The rankings are more all over the place this year than ever before. I think we're like 8 in one and 16 in another. And I don't know if either of them are right. I don't know, but it's all over the place. We don't get caught up in that so much. It's just trying to win the game we're in and whatever it takes. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And so I think that they're just really committed to that. And so it's not necessarily getting up for anyone. We're up for everyone we play because everyone's so good. And they just have taken care of business. When we don't win, they want to respond and they want to get better. And so, you know, not winning that Saturday game the last few weeks, it doesn't feel good. And they've responded coming in Sunday. Now, obviously we have to, we want to focus on winning that Saturday game, but, you know, winning the series is huge. Winning any game is huge. And so I just have really liked their approach to just winning the game they're in.
Perfect. You kind of answered both there. So that's perfect. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Eric?
All right, so did we just break news there that, hey, you're going to coach 25 more years? Is that the breaking news that we just heard there a little bit while there?
Well, I'm already 9 in, so let's not say 25.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I just want to get you quoted correctly there. You faced Beaver, obviously, when she was at UCA. Does that help in preparation? Is that not a big factor since she's a little different now at Alabama than she was there? How does that help, or is that not a big deal that you faced her before?
I don't know that it helps us so much. I mean, she shoved it on us, so I'm not sure that anyone's feeling super confident after our last outing against her, but she is a different pitcher than that game. That was a game where she kind of they flipped the script on us, you know, and all the prep that you do, and they kind of went a different way, and we just didn't adjust the way that we should have. We're very much prepared for anything that they throw at us. We've watched her a ton. She's someone obviously we're more familiar with because of the UCA connection. But we've watched their matchups a ton. She's the one that they want to give the ball. They're going to give it to her they have the most confidence in her. They're going to give her the ball two of the games. She's doing a better job of going in, out, up, and down. And so we're ready for that. We're ready. We're as prepped and ready as we can be. And so whatever they come at us with, we'll adjust as quickly as we can.
When you see Alabama offensively on video, what stands out to you? Obviously, they've added Caleb Burrow. I know when I spoke to her before the year, they were hoping to be more aggressive on the base pads, more small ball with her. What do you see from Alabama's offense when you see them on tape?
Well, they've always been an offense that just puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Even though we've been in some really low scoring matchups with them of late, they've always put pressure on you. You feel them in every at bat. And then they take advantage of anything you'll give them. They are good with the short game. They don't steal as much this year. They don't have the base stealers that they've had in the past. But they're always going to try to get the extra base on a base hit, or just always trying to force you to play high level defense, high level catch. So those are at the core that they've always been, and they still are. And so, yeah, they're going to put pressure on us. They're going to grind. They're going to be the gritty offense. I think they drive the ball a little bit better than they have throughout. And so they're the same version, but a little different. And so it's what you kind of always expect year to year in the SEC.
I was on an Arkansas show prior to this talking, and they were talking Arkansas baseball and softball.
Oh, great.
And that's why I was being at. I was on to talk about softball and everything, but they're also talking about baseball. What's it like to be involved here? Baseball had a great and crazy game last night, an exciting game there against Texas Tech in their comeback victory. Do you all feed off each other there with each, obviously you've been successful, both of you, for a while now. What's it like for both of you being doing so well at the same time and, back and forth playing great games and great opponents and things like that? What's that like?
Well, it's fun. I know everyone's like, is it a football school? Is it a basketball school? No, it's a bat and ball school. No, I'm just kidding. It's an everything school. No, but I think we feed off each other collectively in the department. So yeah, baseball and softball, I think it's fun. The same season, they're having a tremendous year. DVH is like, he's the standard, like what he does, how he operates, his teams year in and year out, what they've built here. It's incredible. And so it's nice to be thought of or spoken of in the same breath or on the same show as baseball, with what they've done and what he does and their staff does. It's a collective throughout the department. Everyone wins, and so you just want to earn your keep. You want to be a part of that. You want to make everyone proud, and when everyone competes at such a high level, like you have baseball, you have our men's and women's track, we have our gymnastics in the top 8. Everyone wins and everyone continues to push our department forward, and so you just want to do your part in that. And so it's just really fun. Everyone's in it together, and how supportive everyone is, from athletes to athletes, from coaches to coaches. It's just really special.
Then my last question, the instant replay process. Do you feel that you're pleased with the process the way it is as coaches? Because I've had some coaches telling me that, before the year, the big mandate was speed up the game and all that. And it feels like some of the process and instant replay across the country is actually making it longer game as a result. Not necessarily that they're anti or against instant replay, but that maybe the process could be faster. Some have pointed out that the SEC actually does the best job from a tempo standpoint. What's your thoughts on the process of instant replay?
Well, I do think the process, the timing aspect of it, I do think the SEC does the best job in that regard, of having a crew in Birmingham watching the games, kind of staying ahead of the close calls or the things that might be questioned. And anytime I watch a game and the umpires have to go around the corner into their little cubby and watch, and I'm just like, man, we do it right. Do I have questions about the review and some of the things? Yeah, like nothing's perfect. But I think in the aspect of like how we keep the game going, I just think that I do think we're leading the charge in that way. And I think we're doing a great job with that.
Thanks.
Any other questions for Coach Deifel? Hey, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.